I was just reading before I came. I was just reading the. It'd be sort of ridiculous to say that it wouldn't grow.
Antimicrobial resistance for the British government. The more I'm looking at the next 2 or 3 years, what is more likely is that India could become the second largest of the BRIC economies, replacing Brazil and creeping closer to being in the top elite of the world. And it's not impossible that by the end of this decade that India could be the 5th largest economy in the world, something that I wouldn't have thought of that soon a couple of years ago. There's nothing that makes me want to go, wow. Which when I say that, gives the impression that I think it was a little bit disappointing. But I don't think it was. I think there's been a lot of things announced, many of which in their own rights could be very important and collectively could be extremely important. But it's hard to know the details of some of them, and with all of them, it depends on how well they get implemented. I think by definition, it is very difficult for any one country's stock market to rise by 40% 2 consecutive years. Now, if there were one that can, given its growth potential, it could be India. But I don't see it. It goes back to why I said at the start, I don't see any wow. I don't think there's a wow thing that's going to make boardrooms in Boston and New York and LA and London and Frankfurt and Zurich sitting around today going, wow, you know, we've got to put X amount of money in India tomorrow. I don't see that. And if this really is the beginning of a truly heightened inflation target, which importantly will be met with the help of independent voting members, that is a huge thing. Now, I've quizzed quite a few Indian experts and a couple of policymakers since that was announced, and nobody's been able to tell me, including the policymakers, about any of these details. But that is the sort of thing I'm on about, how we have to follow what's actually going to happen. But that could be a hugely important thing.